take?
Approach bar.
Yeah.
I'll go respond.
Now to dissect this and the CAC also
And now I'll go break up down.
elaborate the
Because
importance.
We are live already.
To elaborate the importance.
Okay.
You should introduce yourself.
Hi everyone.
You can talk inside the mic.
Mike.
Hi. My name is Taiye Abdullahi.
Yeah.
Big brother Ty.
Yeah.
Biggest. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
Val,
Yo,
what's good?
everything is good, man. Apart from
What?
Manchester United, but we're alright.
Yeah. Sorry.
Man, you.
We're back again in the studio with Big brother Ty.
Yeah.
But today, I feel like today we can elaborate more on. Is it the importance of, because most of our business right now, like businesses, like even us, the startups, all these kind of things,
Yeah.
nobody even cares about registration, putting in the corporate affairs and things like that. So that's why we have Big Brother Ty today on the CAC matters.
Yeah.
This kind of thing could look like this introduction where you could just, this is corporate affairs commission. Does just come out on the screen.
Soap's going out to do. So yeah, corporate affairs, CAC. We know the meaning now. It's Corporate Affairs Commission, and they operate on an act which is CAMA Act 2020.
CAMA Act.
CAMA is Company and Allied Matters.
Okay.
So every businesses, companies, or organizations, they are regulated through that act.
Oh.
Yeah, by the federal government. Now, just like you said, we have people who are doing businesses, but they don't see the need of registering their businesses. And some of them, unfortunately for them, it's when they have an urgent need for it. Like maybe there is a grant coming in. Like this, there's a
contract.
There's a federal government grant now that is going on loan.
Okay.
And then you need to, one of the major criteria is you have to have a CAC certificate.
Yeah.
And you see people are just coming, they want to
Rushing.
register, you understand. Now, sometimes we advise people, just get it registered and done with, even if you're not using it. But some of them are scared for someone know the thing. There is a statutory amount that you're supposed to be paying yearly, which is called annual returns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it that expensive that people are
No, it's not. For business name, it's just 3,000 once you don't default.
annually?
Yeah, annually. For company, it's 5,000, and for NGO, is around 8,000 once you don't default.
Okay.
But when you default, for business name, you're going to be paying around 8,000 naira.
Okay.
You said default.
Yes, default means when you don't pay. Now, the payment is open from December to July of every year.
Okay.
Annual return payment starts from December, which is ending of the previous year.
Previously.
Or you understand, to July. Yes, July starts a new.
Can we get the mic close to you?
All right, sorry. So to ending of July starts a new. The year is divided into two now.
Yeah.
So I think in July, August, you get. Now, the payment is not expensive, but when people don't do it, when they go to search.cac.gov.ng,
Yeah.
and for example, you type your business name or your company name, you could see that it's showing inactive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at that moment, it means you have defaulted.
Okay.
So you've not paid your annual returns.
Oh.
So CAC will now put you as inactive. It means they don't know you exist as a business
anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, but so long as you're paying your annual returns, they understand that okay, this person is into business and is much alive.
Can you pay ahead?
No, you can't.
So it has to be.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to
like
just
you have
pay.
to know that
You have to be
this
active
business is
and-
active.
Yes,
Okay.
and then the sad thing about that is it's not sad. It's good. Individuals don't have access to pay those things themselves.
Okay.
You get so CAC has two portals.
Okay.
The pre-incorporation portal and the post-incorporation portal. You get so the pre-incorporation portal is open for everybody.
Okay.
Individuals, anybody can register, both whether you're an individual or an accredited agent.
Okay.
But for the post-incorporation portal, is only accessible to accredited agents
Okay.
like myself.
Okay.
Okay.
You get so in pre-incorporation portal, you can do any kind of registration. by yourself.
Okay.
You get, let's say you want to register your business yourself or your company yourself or your organization, you can do it by yourself.
Okay.
But when you want to do other things like you want to pay your annual return or you want to correct your name, phone number, address or anything, you have to meet an accredited agent who has access to the post incorporation portal. You get, because the pre is before. The post is after. So anything you're doing after your certificate is out, you need an accredited agent to get it done for you.
Okay. A quick one now. At what point are you supposed to register your business?
Okay. Based on the CAMA Act 2020, you have, every individual who is starting a business have just 28 days to get registered.
Wow. From
Yes.
the day of
From the
commencement.
From the day of commencement.
Okay.
Now, if you don't do that, there's a penalty. Okay. So luckily, for those who are doing company registration, there is no side where they will put commencement date of business.
Okay.
But for business name, there is commencement date of business.
Okay.
Now, when you put a commencement, let's say for example, we are in July 24th,
Yeah.
Good. Let's say somebody started his business in January 1st. And he comes today and he wants to register it today. Then commencement date of business, it says January 1st. CAC is going to penalize him and he's going to pay 150 naira per day.
I thought it was 1,000.
No, understand me. Hold on. Per day. Multiply by the days. So that means from 29th of January, from the 29th of January, because January 1st to January 28th, there is no penalty. But from 29th of January to August 24th, there is a 150 naira per day. So it's going to be multiplied by the number of days.
Okay.
Wow.
You get. So we've seen people who don't understand these things, because that's where, like, we accredited agents, we understand these things. So somebody who don't understand, who probably started his business 3 years ago and want to do it by himself, and he goes and puts the date. By the time they will calculate the bill for you, a registration of just 10K, you'll be seeing that you're supposed to pay, because you've not registered it then, you'll be seeing that they are charging you almost 20-something thousand naira.
Yeah.
You understand? So sometimes people have to just, that's at the point you see people now leave the name. You have to register a different name, because you can't, why pay 20-something K for a registration of just 10,000 naira?
Okay. So I know there are different forms.
Yeah.
So which is, there's the business name.
Okay.
Then
So CAC registration is classified into 3.
Okay.
We have the business name, which is like sole proprietorship.
Okay.
We have the company registration, limited liability. Then we have the incorporated trustees.
Okay.
Now, incorporated trustees, NGOs fall under that. Churches, mosques, clubs, associations, they fall under incorporated trustees, because they have to have.
What about like cooperative organizations?
Cooperatives is mostly registered with the state's Ministry of Commerce.
Okay.
Yes, it's Ministry of Commerce that handle most of cooperative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for business name, how much do you need if you do the right thing?
If you do the right thing, let's assume you're doing it by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. You just need 10,000 naira. Or let's say, no, there's remitter charges, and then name search is 500 naira.
Okay.
That's where you apply for the name. And then when they approve the name and say, okay, you can register this name, then you do a payment of 10,000 naira. So with the remitter, we're talking about around 11,000 naira.
Okay.
Yeah. But now when you're meeting an accredited agent, because we pay, what we pay is we have to recover it. Do you understand? So we have to charge service charge for our own work to do for you.
Okay.
You get. So, but if it's any individual that wants to do it by himself, it's just 10K for business name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's the first one.
So company is just around, for 1 million shares.
Okay.
It's just around 19,000 naira. So let's say 20,000 naira.
Okay.
You get, with charges and everything, for 1 million shares.
Okay.
Now, I say 1 million shares. I know you want to ask me.
Yes.
So let me break it down for you to understand. Business name do not have shareholders. They just are directors. They just have proprietors. Like, it's your business. Yeah. So the proprietor of this business owns the business.
Okay.
Now, one thing people don't understand with business name is it dies with the owner.
Yeah. They cannot be
It cannot be transferred.
transferred to another person.
You get, except situation where we're registering a business and we register it together. I mean, proprietor, you're a proprietor, and God forbid I die,
then
you
I
can
still
continue the business. Yeah, but situation where it is registered by just one person,
One person.
you get. So company has advantage over business name. You get. For company registration, there is directors and there is shareholders.
Yep.
Now, directors are more like staff of the company.
Yeah, like they're working under the company.
Good. Shareholders are the owners of the company.
Like past owner. So
No, not part owner. They are the owners of
owners
the
of the
company.
company.
Yes.
So like the directors are employees
Yeah, what? The
to the
directors are the employees to the
of
company,
the company.
while the shareholders are the owner of the
Owner,
companies.
Okay.
You get.
We get.
So now, a director can still be a shareholder.
Yeah.
You get. You can have a different director and a different shareholder also.
Okay.
You understand? So now, talking about the 1 million shares, every company is supposed to be registered with a minimum of 1 million shares. Now, that 1 million shares does not mean that the company whoever owns the company has to have 1 million in his account. No, it's more like saying this is a startup company.
Okay.
It's a growing company,
Okay.
and then this is what we have. It means this is the strength of the
Strength of
company. You get. Now, but it is not every company that can be registered with 1 million shares. For example, travel and tours. If you are registering a business that has travel and tours in it, the minimum shares is 30 million shares.
Okay. So like what's the criteria for them having 30 million shares and other ones having 1 million shares?
Okay, travel and tours is a big business.
Yeah.
You get.
It's very big.
Compare it to somebody who just want to run just a normal store,
Maybe pure
water store, and he doesn't want to register as a business name.
Okay.
Just like I told you, company registration, it has edge over business name registration.
Yeah.
Business name, let's assume me and you now, I'm registered as a business name and you are registered as a company. And we go into a deal with Lendo, and the deal went south,
Yeah.
which is normal in Nigeria. Lendo is going to sue me personally.
Oh God, I will.
But Lendo cannot sue you personally.
So like
Because Lendo did not enter into a contract with you
With you.
personally. He entered into a contract with your company.
okay.
That is why it's called limited liability.
Liability.
The company has taken away the liabilities from you.
From me.
It has a life of its own.
Okay.
You get. That's why when you hear court cases probably between Dangote and other people, you don't see Dangote going there.
No.
Because it's not with him.
It's
Even
not.
though it is his company.
Yeah.
You get. But other people are actually handling most of the things. So it is not with him. And the advantage of it is, I'm not saying this for people to start doing evil things, okay? But when you go to court sometimes and then there is serious battle and everything, and the court rules in the favor of the person who sues you, you
Yeah.
can say your company don't have money.
So
Even if you have the money, they know you're a very rich man.
Yeah.
Do you get? Your company does not
My
have the money
company
to
is broke.
put. Yeah.
So like so you can't just go and check your transaction, your
Your personal account is different from your company account at that moment.
So now let me get something straight. What type of business would you do that you would say doing a business registration is okay, or no, business registration is not okay, I need to register it as a company?
Okay. So like me, being an accredited agent, when somebody comes and I ask you, what kind of business do you do?
Yeah.
And you explain to me, because it's an open book. You have to tell me what you're doing so that I will understand.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying this is sometimes you say you want to register as a business name, and when we go ahead, after paying everything, you'll see CAC will query it and say, this cannot be registered as a business name.
Yeah.
You get?
Okay.
So there are businesses that can fly as a business name. Like all these petty traders, all these ventures. That's why they call it enterprise registration.
Yeah.
You get all those minor businesses. You get, because when it comes to like loan and grants, those who are registered with business name, they don't get as much as those who are registered with company.
Okay.
Company does not really have any limitations to the kind of loans and grants they can get. But I think business name has a limitation of between 5 to 10 million, I think, highest.
So business name is is smaller.
Yes, it's smaller. I think they just allowed it to allow people
Okay.
to register.
Yeah.
And the advantage of it is when you're registered, opening a corporate account, it shows that you're serious. You work for organizations and they will tell you they can't send you money to your personal account.
Yeah, it has to be like send an invoice.
You get
everything.
So you have to send a corporate account to them. So the good thing is you can open a corporate account whether you're registered as a business name or a company or IT.
So the documentation, what do you need?
Okay. Basically the normal biodata.
Okay.
Yeah.
Full name as it is written in your means of identification.
That's your NIN.
NIN, voters card. So, okay, let's start with the documentation that is needed. What we need to upload. You're either uploading your NIN or your voters card or your international passport or your driver's license.
Okay.
Those are the 4 acceptable means of identification. Then for minors, birth certificate from NPC. That's the National Population Commission.
Okay.
You get. But minors cannot be registered. So, like you asked the question earlier, if you say you want to register a business name and you have a child of 10 years, you want him to be, it cannot be a proprietor.
So
it's not for kids.
For kids, they can only be shareholders. Yes, they can be shareholders.
Okay.
Meaning it has to be a company registration. So when in company registration, they cannot be directors.
Directors, okay.
They have to be shareholders. And before you can even add any minor as a shareholder, you have to have a minimum of 2 adult shareholders.
Oh.
Okay.
You get. So 2 adult shareholders, then any number of
Any
minors.
number of minors.
You can have any number of shareholders.
Yes, you can have any number. 1, 2, 3. You share it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Talking about the documentation.
yeah.
And then biodata, name as it is written on your means of identification, because we have to upload it. So if it's not tallying, there's going to be a problem. You get it? Because that's to tally. So when you have things like you've done change of name, you have to now send us newspaper publication to that effect. Because when we upload it, CSU understand, okay, there's a change of name.
Change of name.
So it will fly. Then the object, meaning what is your business about?
Okay.
You get. So for business name, mostly we advise people who want to do it themselves. And let's say you deal in a provision store.
Yeah.
So you could just do sales of provisions and general merchandise or general services. Now that and general merchandise and services gives you an edge to do other stuff minus your provision store.
Okay.
You get.
Yeah.
So they know that, okay, you can do something that is not really provision related, but that is not too far.
Like a conglomerate.
You understand? So you can do that. So for business name, you can only put one line of what you do. But for company, you can have an object up to 50.
Just name them like
You can,
this.
like, what we do for people is we ask them, okay, what do you want to register as a company? And they tell us that, okay, this is what they want to do. They have a boutique and they want to get it registered. Do you have any other business you want to start in the nearest future?
Yeah.
They say, okay, they want to do poultry, they want to do agriculture, they want to do construction. We can add all of that during the registration.
Okay.
So it saves them from doing multiple registrations
in the future.
Okay. You get. So now they have started a boutique business already. But during the company registration, we'll just put it to carry on the business of boutique services, to carry on the business of poultry services, to carry on the business of agriculture, to carry on the business of construction. You get. Put all of those clauses there. So at any point in time they want to start any of the businesses that is listed there, they can't. The document is still valid.
Okay, but what is the process if, for example, I started as a business name and then I want to
maybe upgrade
it?
Okay. The process is we have to write a letter to the Director General of the CAC.
Okay.
Which will be uploaded. So on the portal, there's a space where you'll see upgrade from business to company. So now when we click on that, we put, meaning when you say you want to upgrade, it means you want to maintain the name.
Okay. Yes.
You understand? You want to maintain the name. But business name does not end with limited or LTD.
Yeah.
It could just be Abubakar Ventures.
Yeah.
But now you want it to be Abubakar Ventures Limited. So the letter is going to carry that. you, the owner of this business name, Abubakar Limited Ventures, wants to upgrade from business name to company, and this is the new name you want to use, Abubakar Ventures Limited.
Okay.
Is maintaining the name, but adding limited to it, because a company must end with either limited or LTD. You get. Then in the letter signed by the owner of the business name, we upload. Now, the reservation of upgrade is more expensive than normal reservation for registration. Normal reservation for registration is 500 naira. But once you're upgrading, you're paying 5k.
Wow.
You get. Meaning you want to maintain this name. So it's 5,000 for upgrading it. Then this normal payment of the 19,000 for the 1 million shares, if it can fly for 1 million share. The registration. Sometimes when we do the registration, there will be a query and tell you that, okay, this and this and this clause in the object cannot be registered with 1 million shares. So it has to be upgraded to this million shares. So you're either upgrading it or you're removing it.
Okay.
Does this procedure take time from the sending of the letters?
Okay. Before now, even though the DG is trying, but the previous DG really did a very amazing job. When I say amazing job,
the DG now is not doing so well.
The previous one, I could tell you that we could finish your CAC related jobs in 3 days.
Wow.
Within 3 days.
How swift.
But now, I can't even promise you that everything can be done for like in 10 days.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, there are instances let's assume normal.
Is there a problem with the portal or what?
Yeah, I think it was a portal problem. In as much as first week of this month, at the point my portal had over 500 pending reservation businesses.
Wow. Wow.
And I just logged in one night and I saw 400 plus were already approved, and some approved, some denied. Like there was a swift, so I think at that moment the server worked fine and everything. You get. So, but since then the server has been relatively okay. So we could reserve 5 names today. 2 could get approved between today and tomorrow. The remaining could be there for like 3-4 days before they get approved. So there is this delay right now. So there is no time frame. Okay. Nobody can give you a time frame to say, okay, everything can be done within this time frame. But we can just speculate. Like me, one of the reasons I don't give people time frame is they will begin to give you pressure to deliver. You understand?
Like they have to know.
Yeah.
Since you said.
So I'll just tell you that, okay.
Till you get out.
Yeah, till you get out. But I could send you screenshot and say, okay, you see this one? We reserved it today. It was approved before 12. And the registration was out already. The certificate was out by 6. The same day. I will say, see this one? It was approved today. It took 5 days before it was the certificate came out and everything. So that you should know that it's not a 1 month thing.
It's not ideal.
There is no specific time for anything. If you're lucky, yours comes out fast.
So I know you've even said this, like what I'm about to ask. You've mentioned a couple of them, but I want you to be very specific.
Okay.
What are the benefits of registering your company or your business, like particularly, and also what are the possible penalties that you could face or sanctions you could face for operating a business or a company that is not registered?
Because like most people don't see the reason. Like what will I even do with CAC?
So okay, part of the benefit is it gives you edge. For example, you're registered. You could get any contract. They say opportunity should meet preparedness. You should always be prepared. You get. So you're registered. You have your documents, because business name comes with certificate and status report. 2 things. Company comes with certificates, status report, and MAMET. That's memorandum of understanding. For the company. Now you have all of these things. The major benefit is whenever there is grants, there is loan, you can always get them easily. You don't need to stress. You already have these documents, and you have your corporate account, everything. But I wouldn't say there's one special benefit to say. But then you're registered. Anywhere you go, you can carry your brand on your head. And now the thing with getting registered is we have situations where people begin a business with a certain name. And they like the name. And they don't get it registered. Somebody sees that name and he likes the name and he gets it registered. Now, who owns the name at the end of the day?
Actually, the registered guy.
In as much as we have something that is called trademark also. And when you trademark a name, it means it's your name.
Yeah.
But CAC also has power. Trademark, just the way their strength is almost equal. You understand? Even though you've trademarked the name, I own the name legally. To use also.
So like
you understand? So we see people who have a name because some of them don't even know the process of registering. They don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
And they just wait, and by the time they want to do it, they see that somebody else have registered the name.
Yeah.
So you have to just change the name at that moment. So you see a name imagine growing up liking a name. This is the name of your company that you want to use. And then you come and they say you can't register it. You have to add a word or some words to differentiate it from this one.
You have to go and look for a new name. No stress attached.
Yeah. So securing the name.
Securing the name, yeah. You do name search. CSC portal is, like I said, is free for everybody. One of the major portals is search.csc.gov.ng. So when you go there, you can type in your business name or your company and see you would see if there's somebody who have registered it. You get. So if you see that it is blank, it's showing nothing, it means the name is available.
It's available for you.
You get.
But actually, I feel the more like people will understand these things, and the more they understand the importance of this system, because most of like the entire, I cannot count the number of shops that has like they are registered under the system.
A lot of them are not.
Like they don't.
In short, we had a serious surge of registration from April to now.
Yeah,
because there was this rule that anybody that has POS has to be registered. Yeah. So that's when people started getting registered.
I heard like Corpus has some kind of a reduction in the price of the registration.
Core members.
Yeah, core members.
It's possible. Maybe
like to register your business.
It's possible. Maybe the DG would waiver it for them and do the registration for them, because it's just a good thing to do. It saves you from emergency needs, and also payment of annual return is very important too. People don't like me. What I do is when I register your company for you or your business, I will tell you that okay, your annual return starts counting 18 months after this registration. Because every business that is registered, you have 18 months. So CSC gives you one whole year plus some few months to rest before you start paying. So you don't start paying a year after. So the payment is 18 months after. Now, I tell you that, okay, from this so date, you're supposed to start paying. So start preparing your money down. Because if you don't pay this thing, you have to pay with the penalty. And the penalty is more expensive than the actual fee.
Yeah.
And you will still pay for agent, service charge.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you get. Now, last year, CSC released some documents of companies that they were striking out. And they struck out a lot. In short, somebody I know very well, he didn't even know they even struck out his company. He was trying to upgrade one of his accounts. And then when he puts the registration number, it was saying invalid.
Oh.
And then when he asked me, I said, okay, let me check, since I have access to the post incorporation portal. And I checked and it's not coming up. You get. So when I mailed CAC, they're like, it's been struck out. So you have to write a formal letter again, upload all the documents, tell them, okay, we want to be back. And thereby we have to pay all the annual returns. Because once you don't pay annual return for 10 years, they'll strike out your company.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you think like the CAC in Nigeria is more, let's say, easy or approachable for businesses than other countries or some of that nature?
Getting registered?
Yeah, they're just saying like the rules, because like there has to be something that is under the CAC, like the acts of the business and other things. So like the ones that you don't maybe like venture into, or some rules that are guiding, like are the rules strict for like CAC?
No, for some registration. For example, you can't register a cryptocurrency company
in Nigeria
with CAC now. You get.
Okay.
You can't. If you try to register a cryptocurrency, they'll tell you
it's not allowed.
You get. But before now, it was possible.
Yeah.
But, and then, depending on what you're trying to do, there is always a clause around it. You get. Which is like the shares that we're talking about.
Okay.
There are some businesses, for example, if you're trying to open a small microfinance
all these banks.
You know, microfinance. You know, microfinance is more like a small bank.
Small bank. Yeah.
The minimum shares is 300 million for that one.
Wow.
Now, when I'm saying these shares, it's okay. Let's calculate it into perspective. CAC charges you 5,000 naira for every additional shares. FIRS charges you 8,000 naira for every additional shares.
Well, and like you have to pay the both.
So that's like 14,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to multiply that amount by the number of shares that is required for your registration.
Oh,
yes. There is a new rule that expatriates, foreigners, the minimum shares that any foreigner can register a company is 100 million.
Naira.
Yes.
Naija.
It's 100 million. Now, in that 100 million, they still have to have a Nigerian in the shareholder also, and the Nigerian has to be the highest shareholder.
Whoa.
You get? So if it's 100 million and they are just two, a Nigerian and let's say a Chinese, so the Nigerian has to carry like 600 million. No, 60 million. Then the Chinese take 40 million. You get?
Wow. Is that why these people are running over? Because of them I think the business environment maybe it's not conducive.
Yeah, it's not conducive for everybody. And then somebody will say, I never chop finish. Now my business I won't register. Now annual return I won't pay. But these things are important. And one thing again with those who travel a lot, if you ask people who have traveled, who do business trip out of Nigeria, they will tell you that it is easier to get a business trip visa than a normal thing. And when you're applying for business trip, you have to submit your certificates. And they have to check. If they check and they see that you are inactive.
They don't need to tell you anything. Not getting the visa.
You understand? But imagine you have everything up to date. Bro, like the chances of you getting it is amazingly high.
Man. People are hearing. Why start your business?
Registering a business is good.
No, actually,
to do it. Someone like me, I was actually challenged when I did before I became an accredited agent. Yeah, I applied for Tony Elumelu Foundation first, but I didn't know you have to have CAC.
Okay.
Do you get? So I did. By the time I reached the level, they were asking me for CAC documents and everything. It was already too late for me to start getting registered and everything. So I waited till the next year. By then I was registered, but I didn't also know that you have to have a bank account with UBA.
Information.
This information is key. So by the time I would do all of those things, like my major bank for my business now is UBA.
Okay.
That's my major bank.
Because of Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually,
this is a lot of information.
Like this information, this will be like on everybody's like fingertips.
So you guys out there that have businesses or are thinking of starting business, registration is key. So how do people like get across to you? Let's say I want to register a business and I don't want to do it myself. I need guidance and I need
actually, and it's
someone
very advisable like to find guidance.
Okay, yeah, guidance is important because like we charge. I won't lie to you, it's not free. Like there was somebody who was registering a business and a company rather for like 2 months, 3 months. There's been queries, and then when he screenshotted it and sent to me and I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay. I was like, you knew I do this thing, why didn't you give me that? No, he just wanted to try it himself. I said, no problem, you pay me 10K for my service. And it was 15K actually. I charged him and they will bargain to 10K.
Okay.
So he paid and he gave me his login details and everything. That day, it was a simple query, but when a novice who don't understand queries, because sometimes the query is just in a one kind language way, not plain English. But if you're not into the old CAC business, you will not understand what it is they're asking you to do. So, I fixed it up, and I think in the evening that same day, certificate came out.
Oh,
as easy as that.
You understand? So guidance is important. But I tell people, if you want to do it yourself, it's always open. It's always that's why I said it here. Yeah. It is free. Anybody can have access to the portal, the pre-incorporation portal.
Yeah.
You can register yourself, but when you have issues, you can come. Then we'll talk about service. Yes, I just charge you for my data. since it is not my portal I'm using.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand? But if I'm using my portal, but for example, when somebody comes and he doesn't know what he has not even done anything, I can't just go and log into your portal and say I want to use it, because logging on too many portals self,
No problem.
No problem.
you get. So I'll tell you, I'm using my portal and this is how much you will charge. So I don't really, there's no specific amount that I would say this is how much we charge, yeah? But those who are on my contact list, they know.
Yes.
They know. But I've told
they
you the
should be.
official charges.
Yeah.
This is the official charges. So if you want to do it yourself, fine. Now, to make it easy for people, you cannot register somebody's business yourself.
It has to be your own.
It has to be your own.
Okay.
But then, if you want to register some, for example, let's say I want to register this guy's business,
Okay.
I have to either use his email address to create the account. Because if I use my own email that I have my business registered,
It will.
no, it will register, but it will put it as though it is our business.
Oh.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But we that are accredited agents, we can, like, if I open my portal for you, see, I have over 1,000 approved, like, registered
Yeah, you
business.
can do for a lot
You
of
can do
people.
I can do for a lot of people, and then my name is not going to appear anywhere. Yes, my name might just appear in the witness section, because for company there's a place for witness.
Okay.
You understand? But for business name, even for company or NGO, if you're registering for somebody, so long as you're not using the person's email, you are automatically part of that business. So we see issues where this person will say, I just told this person to register me, I am saying his name.
Like hotkeys.
You understand? And it's going to be a serious problem, because let's assume the person okay, let's just leave it, because the process of removing somebody is even expensive at the end of the day. So let's say you want to leave the person is now tied to your business.
Yeah.
You want to open bank account, you need the person.
You need the person. Everything.
And the funny thing is, because the person uses email address, the person name is the first one before your own.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So whoever it is that feels he wants to be doing, what it means is an individual can start the business of registering people. But what it means is he has to be creating multiple emails.
Multiple emails.
You get it? Because it's not everybody that wants to, like, it's just like me asking Lendo to give me access to his email address. Because by the time I create an account, they are going to send him a link. You understand? And sometimes people don't even know how to click those links. So, and then you need the link, because if you don't need the link, you can't
You
proceed.
can process.
Oh. Wow.
Say mad. Oh.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
But these informations, are they available for people to?
To be honest with you, they are not.
Actually,
They are not.
are you going to write a journal?
This
You know-
information that is not available to people. So a lot of people don't really know that they can register their businesses themselves.
Yeah.
And some people don't even know that if you do the registration,
They have to pay.
need
There's need
for
to
you
Annual
to
be-
return.
be paying annual return every year.
Yeah.
So, but then you have done justice, actually,
Thank you.
Mr.
Big Brother Tar.
Mayor
Yeah.
Taiye Abdullahi. You have a lot of names. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Val, final words.
Final word is go get your CAC. I started and I
You
stopped.
You
I
started
stopped halfway.
You started the registration.
And I stopped halfway.
Taiye, this one 150.
Yeah, you'll be changing
You
150.
go pay 150.
I'm wanting, when you do a reservation and it's approved, you have a maximum of 60 days to continue the registration, or it gets expired. And when it expires, that name might not be available again. You get, so you have to change the name. So when someone does reservation, it's a maximum of 60 days. They give you a grace of 60 days
To come back and finish.
to come back and finalize.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.